everybody, welcome. I cover here. We're gonna cover the TimeChain Codex Book 2. So, the last time we talked about the TimeChain Codex, it was the first episode, like the first book. So, we saw basically a lot, right? We saw the first law of Bitcoin astronomy and all those things. We saw like how Bitcoin was created and what really this thing is. Um, you have how they show you how we mine Bitcoin. New coin are made from proof of work mining and like very educational like a style. It like images are wonderful. So again, this is a very fantastic way to educate yourself about Bitcoin time chain or the blockchain because um, many of us we are visual. We learn by look at images and see things, and we can relate to that. So it's a very interesting way to educate. So that's why I bring this to the channel to make an episode from that. So I find it very valuable to teach you guys about this. And that was the first episode. Uh, so basically, and you have the difficulty of proof of work for new coin generation adjusted according to the network hash rate, right? So that's a difficulty adjustment they are talking about, which is really the main, one of the most important implementation in Bitcoin, right? The difficulty adjustment every 2 weeks or every, I think, 210 thousand a block, somewhere like every 2 weeks in average, 210 something. We have a new block, right? So that's basically set in the code to make sure that the time chain keep on running every 10 minutes in average. You have a block, right? So and the enclosed schematic can be used to build computers that will connect to the intergalactic time chain. Oh, so that's basically a little bit more to the space. You have like, okay, yes, you can use the Bitcoin time chain to build computers and to use that as time stamping, right? You have computers connecting and they have one true story, right? So that cannot be forged. The full white paper is available as an up return hex encoded message in the last transaction of this block. So this was the first, right? And we went to the law of astronomy of Bitcoin and all that. And now I want to go to the book two, right? And the book two basically talks about the history of money. You have the following is the history of our people, like the history of the people, in on planet Earth, right? So what the time chain codex is just sending those broadcasts, those transactions into the other galaxies, saying how this is what's happening. If receiving this this message, this is from this planet, right? It's amazing. So it's a good time to put your mind way out there and thinking about galaxies and stuff like that. So yeah, it is a history of our time chain, right? That's a Bitcoin time chain. Like, well, you could call it like Bitcoin or history of humanity time chain. Our time chain stretches back millions of years and represents a source of truth for us all, right? So, an intergalactic clock ticking into infinity, right? That's a Bitcoin time chain. The time chain brings about the celestial equilibrium achieved by harmonized the six sacred sciences. Okay, like they are talking about the sacred sciences: astronomy, mathematics, music, chemistry, economics, and energy. Right. So amazing. Now we're gonna go down to planet Earth, right? Our planet. You see the origin of of our species has been lost to time, right? So we don't know our origin. Basically, I mean we know like some story about where we from and all those things, but there are a lot of things we don't know about like where we from basically. So there's a lot of books saying a lot of things, but where do you prove it, right? Don't trust, verify, right? So, but it is believed life on our planet of origin first emerged from a prime primordial soup as single-celled organism, right? So single-cell organism. Life exploded into trillions of fractal trees. You have trees, right? A tree came along, and you have these fractal trees of life branched into beings of every form, size, and sentiences, and from this ocean of life, DNA blossomed into humanity. So you have humanity and all that. So this is just basically history of humanity, and you have human began harness the power of our mind and bodies, right? When you see like you know we used to be like more spiritual. We used to be more like humans, right? But now you see with the fiat and all this money printing, take us away from ourselves, right? So we have to constantly be slave into a device we buy, right? Call it like a smartphone, and to always be looking for something, right? We want always want to make money, always rush to work, and always doing all these crazy things. Why? For fiat, right? To accumulate fiat, to pay rent, to pay bills, to keep in these right ways, never escape, right? But before we used to have more time, right? Like we used to have like one person working, feed the family, but now like even two-person are struggling. But this is what Bitcoin bring back is the fact that we can have time to be spiritual, right? We don't have to rush like in this keep running like crazy all the time. We can have a lower we can lower our time preference. Like you don't have to like always think short term, right? We can think like in like 100 years, 1,000 years, right? We don't have to think every for the next like 2 days, right? We can think for the next 5 years, 10 years, 60 years, right? So that's what Bitcoin brings because nobody can steal our money from us, right? Nobody can pretend to have an inflation target to print our money, right? They can't fuck with that, right? That's the thing, right? So sorry for the word, but yeah, anyway, so pike over. So and augmented our ability to mastery of technological tools like fire, language, and the will, right? So we invented all those things. Early humans learned cosmology and timekeeping by observing the movement of the stars in the night skies, right? So this is how we learn, right? And you have this, I like this pyramid over here, which is basically a proof of work, right? You just look at it, it speaks for itself. Next, we have we then learn to preserve our knowledge by using words, numbers, and symbols, and all those things. Before money, people acquired and exchanged books through bartering. Right? As you know, bartering is basically giving something, somebody like a food for maybe a service. Right? You give somebody chicken, and they give you uh, maybe they give you some eggs, right? Some bartering, right? You give somebody a cow, they give you some, you know, um, food, right? So those are like that's bartering, and after that we discover a better way, like gold for currency as a currency, so we can trade. So the Egyptians found that first, And then yeah, we find a way to find how to manage time, how to do timekeeping, right? So and all that. And then you have all this technological advancement, be all 770 BC. Coin was created, in China. So and you have all those history of money, very very interesting. Uh, you have, and also we have all this human advancement when you create the ship, right? Marine uh, chronometer, right? So to solve the centuries old unsolvable problem of calculating a longitude at sea, right? So it was very important that we calculate longitude at sea, right? How long, how far, right? So and then it's all this advancement we did, like we create all these things in the gold standard. And then when in 1971 you have this guy, uh, Richard Nixon. Richard Nixon ended the gold standard, right? So he ended that, and well, since then we have been in the dark age, basically, because every advancement we do was is all every effort human have done was has to go to the money printer, right? All energy, everything we create, every has to go to the money printer because they have the power to pull all this wealth away from us. So, and since then, the currency was no longer convertible to gold. It was simply paper backed by nothing more than the empty promises of politicians, right? Really crazy world. And guess what? Bitcoin fixes this. So, humanity entered a period of great darkness, right? A time when all hope seemed lost. You have war, World War I, World War II. Um, very crazy. I mean, like even before that, before the, um, yeah. So even before, people used to always print money, but I mean, in 1971, I mean, it would get even worse. Like, look at the saving. If you go to the website, WTF happened 1971. Yeah, so you see all those a crazy chart, how everything go down. So, anyways, guys, this was the book two of the TimeChain Codex. Yeah, very interesting, amazing. I like it, and I wish to keep on doing this so I can teach you guys what's going on, what's happening, and why Bitcoin. Because too many people don't understand what's the point. Because they think it's all okay, technology and all this, yeah, fancy and all those things. No, it's about humanity and changing our course to a better future where nobody has control over our future, right? It's really a different way of thinking, like so we are in a dark age now. Like think about, look at it, like somebody, a central banker, deciding what's the price of money, right? Like what the fuck? It's like, are we all crazy? Like that's what I don't understand. It's like people are like, oh yeah, the money is strong, the dollar is strong, or this currency is weak, or all those things. Like what the hell is going on, right? It's like very crazy clown world. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe, comment, and support the channel. And yeah, so I hope I keep on being able to provide you with those content. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again. Bye. Over.